So just to give you an idea of where I stand, I am not Catholic, but I've got nothing against Catholics. Like, I know a bunch of Catholics, and they're all super nice people. And so when I read this book, I expected it to be a good book. I don't know if I really expected it to be a great book, but that's what it turned out to be. It was a great book. It far exceeded my expectations, and I already had pretty high expectations for quite a few reasons. So for one, it's written by Tom Woods. Tom Woods is you can trust Tom Woods. I've read plenty of his books before, like 3 or 4 of his other books, and he writes good stuff. He is well researched. He's very well informed. He just doesn't he doesn't read a generic textbook and then cites that. Like, he really reads into the literature, does it, even goes the extra step. He doesn't just take the literature. He looks for extra literature, just looks for whatever he can find. And I found that it's incredibly helpful when writing his other books and when with this book as well, that he definitely knows his stuff and dives deep into it when he writes on something. Now, second thing I like about his kind of books, and this book included, of course, is that they're very easy to read. Again, I'm not Catholic, but I read this book and I enjoyed it, and I felt it was written for a general audience. It wasn't written for someone, you don't have to be Catholic to read this book. It was definitely written for someone that if you are Catholic, you'll enjoy it. If you're not Catholic, you'll enjoy it. And it's not even I've read plenty of Christian books intended for atheists and agnostics, and I'm very let down by them. I want them to be good, but they're not. I hate to say it, the ones I've read, and I've reviewed a few on this channel as well. If you want to go back through, I read them and I'm not convinced. I find their arguments terrible. They don't know those authors didn't know how to talk to the average person. It only knew how to talk to people that shared their beliefs. But I found that this book, it's not trying to convert you. It's not trying to preach to you. It's just trying to say, hey, the Catholic Church built Western civilization. Here's my evidence. It's not written for Catholic, or I should say it is written for Catholics, but it's also written for anyone, really. I found that I enjoyed this book, and this book was written in a way I could understand. And that goes to just Tom Woods in general, where he doesn't add any fluff to the books. I do like that. He devotes just as much time to a book, or to a information on a book, that he needs to, or within a book. When he writes something down, he tells you about it, and he doesn't try to skip past it too much. He doesn't try to delve into it so much that you're bored. He just he devotes the perfect amount of time to these books, and he convinced me. This is something where I didn't really have an issue on. I really didn't have and I didn't take either side of the issue. I really didn't know what the answer was. I figured okay, there could be an argument there, but I don't know about it. I read this book. I'm convinced. Maybe I'll read some other stuff just to see what other people say, but I am convinced this book backed up its research, and I thought it was very well done. So I do recommend this. No matter what you believe, it's a good book for anyone. It's information that is good to know. And overall, I do highly recommend it. If you have read it, let me know what you think in the comments section. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.